Chad,
Yeah.
when you have a quarterback competition like that, as a wide receivers of a group, what's your biggest responsibility in terms of making it as easy as possible? How do you make it as easy as possible, for those four quarterbacks?
Right. So the one thing that Coach Stefanski's done a great job from an organization standpoint is the amount of reps that we've been able to maximize by the two spots. So, I mean, this is the most reps that I can remember getting in spring practice, and it's because we've organized practice to have two spots and just to really get a lot of reps. So not only does that have a lot of quarterbacks that are competing for the job, but it helps the receivers to go out there and we can have two fields going at once and maximize reps. It's been great.
Chad, Deontay Johnson, does he have a lot of catching up to do or not?
Yeah, I mean, Deontay, I would say this, anybody new to our system, which Deontay is, has a long way to go, whether it's a rookie or a free agent acquisition or somebody that we signed in the offseason. So I think with all of our new players, there's always a long way to go. Certainly he's trying to get out here and get caught up to speed, learning our offense, learning how we do things, and learning his teammates. So training camp, he'll be here, and we look forward to working with him. And the more he can be out there, the more he has an opportunity to play.
After what he went through last year, Chad, you as a coach, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have focus in on the past. I really don't. All I focus in on is when he's here working hard with him to bring out the best in him as a player and a person. So I don't even reference the past. We don't even talk about it, nor do I even think it's part of our daily process.
Chad, what about Jamari Thrash? Watching him out there, it seems like he's catching a lot that's thrown his way. Have you seen him improve?
Yes, Jamari's had a great offseason, and it started with what he did prior to coming back for us in our formal practices. He worked extremely hard on some of the things in the areas that we asked him to work in, and I think that set him up for a lot of success this spring. I have been very pleased with not only his work ethic, but most importantly, his performance on the field has been outstanding. And I think that's all because he's embraced the things that he needs to improve on moving forward. And I know that he's a player that we've just been pleased with his production on the field.
What did you ask him to improve on?
Yeah, I mean, Jamari, obviously, when you go into year two as a player, things should start slowing down for you. When you're a rookie, things are happening very fast. You're trying to learn a system, you're trying to learn your teammates, and you're trying to play in the NFL for the first time. So when you go that second lap around the track, as we tell them, there should be some things that should be so much better from an assignment standpoint, from just an overall awareness of what's going on. And, he's done a great job there. And then we ask our receivers to do three things: get open, catch the ball, and compete in the run game. And Jamari really has shown the ability to catch the ball this spring. Has been the most, the one thing that really jumps out at us as a coaching staff is his ability to really catch the ball in a contested area.
He's available.
And he's available. I think availability, we talk daily to our players about being available, how important that is. It's really the most important part of the process is that you're out on the grass, and Jamari's been out there, and it's been great.
Are you confident going into camp they'll be available?
Yeah, I mean, look, those guys have made a lot of progress in the spring. They've missed some days, but they were out here today as really participants in everything we do. We had the reps according to kind of giving reps to everybody. We spread them around, but those two guys were on the field today working with us. They worked through every period they were available. So my expectation is they'll be up and going in training camp for us.
Chad, do you think, not Jamari specifically, but do you think in general rookies come into the NFL and maybe they're not aware of what a big step it is from college to the pros?
Yeah, it's nothing that there's not a manual for it. There's nothing you can tell them that prepares them. They have to go through it themselves and physically. And I would say there's definitely a transition. And fortunately for Jamari, he took all the coaching and everything that was provided to him from a resource standpoint here in our building last year to really set him up for success going into the second year.
You mentioned it. Anyone who comes into the team has a long way to go if they're new. How much progress can they make over this 6-week break and getting caught up?
Yeah, I think progress is really based on what they want to do as far as their motivation and how much they want to get done. Certainly there's just so many hours that we have allotted with the players that we can spend with them. Obviously, we try to maximize those opportunities, but at the end of the day, it's what they do when they're away from here to really put them in position to catch up and to be in position to compete and make our team and help us win. So much of it has to do with the traits of the players and their motivation levels. That's why guys that I think of that are on our current roster, like a Jamari Thrash, has done so much away from the building to really maximize his opportunities with us on the field.
To that point, Deontay said yesterday that you guys were the only team that reached out to him. How have you seen that, if at all, translate into motivation, urgency, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, when we acquire players, like I tell the guys that are drafted or undrafted, regardless of where we acquire you or you know, when in part of the year you're come into our building, it's an opportunity. It's no different. Nobody, first round picks, no different than Deontay being signed in the offseason. And again, it's what that person does with the way they work that will ultimately really determine how successful they are.
What are Deontay's strengths as a receiver, Chad?
Yeah, I mean, Deontay has strengths as a receiver. Obviously, we've all seen that on film. I'm not going to comment on his strengths. I will say what I'm most excited about is the strengths of this group as a whole, the receiver-wise. I'm excited about our rookie class, about how hard they work and what they've done, and I'm excited about a lot of players that have worked hard to be here and really make a difference for our team.